Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Where do I start? Horrific performance last night by Arsenal on the first day of the season. So bad that Mikel Arteta even had to come out and apologise after the game to the fans, who were amazing. I was lucky enough to be at the game, and it was just amazing to be amongst those Arsenal fans. And the fans were right behind the team. There was no sort of negativity from the fans. But what we saw on the pitch was truly, truly awful. And what it showed us was something that every Arsenal fan and every person who's been watching this show in particular throughout the summer knew. We were underprepared. You got to take into consideration, of course, the mitigating circumstances. No Aubameyang, no Lacazette, no Gabriel, no Partey. We're playing Gabriel Martinelli, who's only just come back from the Olympics, in Japan. We're playing Saka, who's just had 30 minutes in pre-season. Balogun, who's hardly even figured in pre-season, was thrown right in there, and it didn't really work out for him. So those are some of the mitigating circumstances. However, even with that, we just didn't look up for it. And as I said, apart from the fact that we didn't seem to have a plan and we didn't have a clue, and that's for another show. And I'm sure, have a look at a load of the content that we did yesterday and today, and you'll see what I mean about that from fans' reactions to it. But mainly from what I saw was a team that was not prepared for the first game of the season. We lack creativity. We've all known from day one of this transfer window we need a creative player. We haven't got that. No right back still hasn't come in. The goalkeeping situation, we know that Leno, needs some serious competition in that position. No goalkeeper has been brought in. I know there were strikers missing, right? But we're having to play a novice up front in the first game, pressurized game of the season. No striker has been brought in. Underprepared Arsenal. All we've really done is, big up Sambi Lokonga. I thought he thought he looked all right in the midfield, especially again his first game. Ben White didn't have the greatest of games. He looked a little bit shaky up against Ivan Toney, but it's his first game. But we just did not look ready, and that is not good enough when we've had the whole of the transfer window. What's going to happen now? Are we going to react as we always do? Instead of being proactive, we're going to react. Probably are. Big news yesterday about Martin Odegaard. We've been linked with him all summer, right? It seems now like this is definitely going to happen. Widely reported that he's on his way to Arsenal. There's a fee. You take it as you want. Like, some people are saying 40 million euros. Some people are saying 50 million euros. 40 million euros would be around about 34 million pounds. 50 million euros would be around about 42 million pounds. My question is this: if that's the case, why is it taken so long to get this done? I look on it, and you can see that throughout the whole of the sort of pre-season, he hasn't really figured much for Real Madrid, despite there being injuries to Toni Kroos. You've seen Ancelotti. He's been going and he's been playing the other midfield players, Casemiro and Isco. Those guys have been starting ahead of him. It was quite obvious that if you came in with a bid, you could get the job done, and he could have been in time to have played the first game yesterday, but we haven't done that. Now we're reacting, right, again, and it looks like we're going to get our man here. He wasn't included in Real Madrid squad for the opening game for them today against Alaves. And as I said, looks like he's going to be coming in. The number 2 target, what I'm being told, is if this doesn't happen and any hits any snags or anything, then they'll go for Hossein Mawar. Looks like they've said to themselves, James Maddison's going to be too difficult to get done. So this is the one that they're going to try and move for. I'm not against it. I've always been saying, you know, I like Odegaard. I think he did very well at Arsenal. I think he's not going to have the big settling in periods. But why has it taken until after we get beaten by Brentford on the opening game of the season for us to be reacting in this way when we've had all summer, Edu and Mikel Arteta, to get this done? The other one is Tammy Abraham. Now, what are we going to do? Are we going to make a move for Tammy Abraham or not? You know, we saw Balogun yesterday, had a bit of a tough time. I felt a bit sorry for him. Listen, he'll come again. He'll come again, Balogun. It's early in his career, thrown into the deep end, but don't worry, he'll come again. But we need a player that can hit the ground running in that position. Tammy Abraham, we know, wants to come to Arsenal, but Roma are hard on his case. So his representatives were in London. Sorry, Roma's representatives were in London talking to him. They want to get a deal done for him. They're seriously in for him. We're sort of flittering around. We don't know what we're doing. Are we going for him? Lacazette Martinez, who's now not really interested. What are we doing? We could see yesterday cross after cross after cross coming in the box from Kieran Tierney. Nobody in the box to attack those crosses. So what system are we looking to play and who are we getting? You know, are we going to make a move for him or not? And again, you know, it's something that for me could have been sorted out quite a while ago. It's going to take money to get it done, but it could have been sorted out. One thing that has been sorted out is we know that Joe Willock has left Arsenal. He went out yesterday, £25 million in for Joe Willock. He signed a 6-year deal with Newcastle. Good luck to Joe Willock. He's come up through the ranks of Arsenal. You know what? We could have done with a goal-scoring midfielder yesterday, but we sold him. But good luck to Joe Willock. £25 million has come in for that. What are we going to do with it? It looks like it's maybe that's what they were waiting on before they decided on trying to make their move for Odegaard. But we were told 100 million to spend, 250 million, blah, blah, blah. Alex Lacazette missing yesterday, along with Aubameyang, both of them out ill yesterday for the game. He's still being linked with loads of moves away as well. Again, I feel that we really need to, you know, decide what we're going to do with Alexander Lacazette. If we can't find a buyer, I mean, I know, listen, it's not the end of the transfer window yet. That finishes on the 31st of August, but if we can't get anybody better in than him, then we might have to hold on to him, because you know what we could have done with him yesterday for sure. And then, of course, there's Aubameyang. You know, rumours today linking Aubameyang with a move away, which is very surprising considering he just, you know, what 1 season ago signed that huge deal at Arsenal, had a poor season last year and was been misfiring in pre-season, and then was completely out yesterday, missing in the game yesterday as well. What are we going to do with Aubameyang? There's rumours that Arsenal are open to selling him, but nobody's going to come in right now and buy Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who's horribly off form, who's on huge wages. I mean, I saw it reported, I think it was in the Times. When I sort of delved into the story, there's no real sources, a lot of speculation, a lot of it based off the fact that he was out yesterday. He was out ill. He was out ill yesterday, and that's why he didn't play. So I think that's a bit of a flaky rumour. And as I said, we're having enough problems trying to get rid of Lacazette, let alone then trying to get rid of Aubameyang, who's on like way more wages than him. We need a goalkeeper. We could see it yesterday. I don't know what's happened with Leno. I don't know if it's the system that doesn't suit him. I don't know what. But still, again, Leno, I thought, was at fault for the first goal. Second goal, you could argue that he's been fouled a bit. But again, didn't really command his box. He needs competition. He needs somebody to push him all the way. Arsenal today looking at Freddie Woodman. Freddie Woodman, of course, is a Newcastle player, even though last year he was on loan at Swansea, where he won the Golden Glove in the Championship. Had a very, very good season for Swansea. Remember, Swansea just missed out on coming up to the Premier League. They were beaten in the playoffs. He's set to start for Newcastle this weekend, actually, because Martin Dubravka and Carl Darlow, the two sort of established keepers that they've got at Newcastle, are both sort of doubtful for the game. But that's why he could be sold, because of those two guys, Martin Dubravka and Cardalo, two excellent keepers. I'll tell you what, Newcastle, they got three brilliant keepers, right? They may be willing to sell Woodman, and his valuation's around about £9 million. He's young, he's British. That seems to be what Arsenal are after. And as I said, he's a quality keeper who's definitely on the up. So will Arsenal move for him? The keeper situation, again, is another one that for me, it's inexcusable for me why it hasn't been sorted out. You know, it's not like keepers don't go for 90 million quid, or, well, unless it's like Kepa and people like that. But come on, keepers don't go for ridiculous amounts of money. They're good keepers out there. Why have we not got this one done? Again, not prepared. Lucas Torreira, who actually yesterday angered a lot of Arsenal fans yesterday by posting pictures of him and his family at a theme park during Arsenal's game. Listen, it might have just been somebody who's posted it for him who's, you know, made a mistake, but it didn't look good. He's still said to be negotiating with Lazio. I'll tell you what we could have done with him in the midfield yesterday, or somebody of his ilk. But he is still looking to be on the way out. But again, we haven't sorted that one out. Probably going to wind down more towards the end of the window. And of course, there was another player missing from the squad yesterday, and that was Willian. Didn't even figure in the squad for the game. Again, looks like he's on his way out. Doesn't seem to be any sort of clear team. At first, it was looking like he was going to be going to the MLS. And that that's kind of fallen through, but it does look like he's on his way out. Didn't even figure in the squad at all yesterday. So there's a lot of work to be done. Still at Arsenal, there's 2 weeks to go till the end of the transfer window. There's two big games coming up. Chelsea at home, and Manchester City away. Two very, you couldn't get any tougher than those, because those two teams are what a lot of people are considering are going to be the two teams that possibly win the league this season, and those who we have next. And we're still not ready, and we're still not prepared. Mikel Arteta and Edu, get it sorted now. I think both of them are on thin ice, even at this early stage in the season. And I'm not being over dramatic. I'm just picking up the mood of the fans. And as I said, I was at the game. We all tried to be really, really positive, but we need something. The team needs a lift. You're looking at that team out there and you're like, isn't that just the same old team I saw last season? It needs a lift. It needs a boost. You can do that by refreshing it with transfers. Let's hope that Arsenal get it done. Thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget to check out all of our brilliant content from the game yesterday. I've got to say it was excellent. I was at the game covering all the stuff at the game and after the match. The guys were in the studio doing Match Day Live. That was brilliant. And afterwards, our new format of full-time, where it gave you guys, the fans, a chance to send in your videos and your voice notes, letting us know how you felt about the game. That was also brilliant. Well done to the guys for that, and to everybody who was part of it yesterday, and to you guys, the fans. You're the most important people. Thanks for watching the show. I'll be back in the morning. Losing my voice now. Back in the morning. Hopefully we can start getting some transfers done and refresh this team. We need it. Thank you.